In 1993, German engineer Rudolf Gattenbrink was inside the Great Pyramid of Giza studying an unexplored shaft in the Queen's Chamber. What's interesting about this shaft is that unlike the two shafts found in the King's Chamber, they don't open up to the outside. Instead, they seemingly go about 10 feet into the wall and lead to a dead end, meaning the purpose of them was still unknown. So Rudolf created a little robot that was equipped with a camera and a light small enough to fit inside of this 8-inch wide square shaft. And when they sent this robot into the tunnel, something happened that would change his life forever.
Hidden for over 4,000 years beneath tons of stone and silence, a sealed door deep inside an Egyptian pyramid wasn't supposed to be found, let alone opened. When archaeologists stumbled upon it, ancient warnings etched in crumbling walls seemed to whisper a single command: turn back. But curiosity, as always, won. What they found behind that door was never meant for the world to see. And now, we may all have to pay the price.
Here we are at the Assyrian, possibly one of the most impressive sites in Egypt, possibly the world. This is officially dated to the time of Seti I, which would have been completely roofed over, thousands of tons of stone in this whole construction, and it really is something to behold.
Whispers beneath the stone. While exploring the Queen's Chamber shaft of the Great Pyramid of Khufu, a robotic probe was sent through a ventilation tunnel only 20 centimeters wide. As the camera advanced, it stopped at a pristine limestone door unlike anything previously recorded. 2 copper pins jutted out from the surface, metals uncommon in Egyptian construction and entirely out of place. But it wasn't just the door's presence that unnerved the team. It was the inscriptions nearby. They referenced the breathless chamber and those who dwell beyond the veil. Some archaeologists tried to dismiss the text as symbolic, but something about the air shifted when the team approached the stone, as if the pyramid itself was holding its breath. A shaft that shouldn't exist. The shaft leading to the door was an architectural anomaly. Unlike others in the pyramid, it curved slightly, defying the straight geometry typical of Egyptian design. It wasn't listed in any of the structural blueprints derived from laser mapping. The passage was so narrow that only a robotic crawler could squeeze through. But the unsettling part, the scratch marks. Around the sealed door were jagged etchings, as if made by fingernails or claws. Engineers called it mineral erosion. But when digital forensics enhanced the footage, distinct patterns emerged: symmetrical, intentional, and not made by tools. Some looked like they formed a hand. Others, a series of repeated arc shapes, almost like a sequence, as if the stone had recorded a desperate attempt to escape. The Chamber of Silence. When the limestone door was finally breached using a high-precision drill, it revealed a narrow passage leading into a completely unrecorded chamber. No frescoes, no gold, no mummies. Just walls smoother than glass, coated in something resembling black volcanic glass. The space was acoustically dead. No echo, no resonance. A single breath sounded like a whisper from miles away. Inside the chamber, the team's equipment malfunctioned. Laser scanners bounced off invisible points. Cameras flickered, and batteries died within minutes. More disturbingly, a low vibration was recorded, a tone beneath the human hearing threshold. It affected everyone differently: nausea, paranoia, dizziness. When one team member passed out and began muttering in ancient Coptic, they aborted the exploration. The data was sent to MIT. They called the acoustic profile non-terrestrial. Blueprints of the Gods. In 2010, a controversial scroll surfaced from a private collection in Luxor. Allegedly translated from a damaged Book of Thoth, it contained depictions of symmetrical sky grids, geometric objects descending from stars, and priests offering cubes to beings labeled Watchers. Similar imagery appears in Mesoamerican codices and the Indus Valley, despite cultural isolation. Even in the Temple of Seti Y at Abydos, wall carvings show what appear to be aircraft, submarines, and floating platforms. Historians call it pareidolia, but the recurrence of cubes, offered, buried, or sealed, is impossible to ignore. Echoes from Abydos. Beneath the Temple of Seti lies the Osirion, a megalithic marvel of granite monoliths placed with such precision that modern cranes would struggle to replicate it. In 2022, researchers from Cairo University mapped its resonance frequencies and discovered the chamber amplified 432 Hz, the divine frequency in ancient sacred music. A recently uncovered shaft led to a sealed tunnel lined with basalt tiles. Though unexplored, GPR scans showed a strange metallic anomaly at the end, shaped like a cube. Locals have long whispered that the Osirion was built over a star well, a portal to the sky gods. Maybe it wasn't myth. Maybe it was memory. Magnetic madness. In 2021, geophysicists studying magnetic anomalies in Nazca, Peru, detected a bizarre distortion near Cerro Blanco, Peru's tallest sand dune. Magnetic field lines bent into spirals, causing instruments to spin and drones to lose control. Beneath the dune lay geoglyph-like arrangements of stone, only visible through LIDAR. Shamans from the region avoided the site entirely, referring to it as Pachacuti's Eye, a spot where time folds. The men in black linen. Following the 2017 Muon scan that revealed a hidden void above the Grand Gallery, reports began surfacing of robed figures seen in restricted areas of the pyramid, dressed not in modern garb, but ancient linen. One French technician captured a still frame of a figure turning a corner, only to dissolve into shadow. Authorities blamed costume hoaxes. But 2 days later, a worker was found unconscious in the gallery, his pulse erratic. He awoke screaming in Middle Egyptian. Researchers later discovered the name Ma'at-Saper Mket etched on his clipboard, a name not found in any modern database, but one mentioned in the pyramid texts. He who guards the breathless ones. The pyramid beneath the sea. In 2001, off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan, divers discovered what appeared to be a sunken megalithic structure. Massive stone terraces, straight-edge steps, and towering blocks submerged beneath the waves. Dubbed the Yonaguni Monument, some scholars argue it's a natural formation, but others, like marine geologist Dr. Masaki Kimura, believe it's the remnants of a 10,000-year-old city, possibly lost to rising seas at the end of the last ice age. The monument aligns with celestial points and features carving-like marks that seem deliberate. Is this the first evidence of an advanced pre-glacial civilization wiped from history by cataclysm? The Valley of the Screaming Statues. Hidden in the heart of Jordan's Black Desert lies a haunting site called Wadi al-Katafi, where archaeologists found massive stone wheels and dozens of statues buried upright in ash. These basalt figures, some headless, others seemingly screaming, were part of an unknown Neolithic cult that vanished suddenly around 7000 BCE. Excavations revealed no bodies, only burned stone floors and fragments of a megalithic altar. One unsettling theory suggests ritual mass sacrifice. Local Bedouins call the place the mouth of the Jinn and say the land itself screams on moonless nights. The oracles of the sleeping cave. In southern Italy, deep inside the ancient ruins of Baiae, an elite Roman resort now partially submerged, lies a cave long thought to be a spa. But in 1967, archaeologist Robert Paget discovered that it's actually a man-made tunnel system leading to a mysterious underground chamber. With geothermal steam, narrow passages, and sulfur pools, Paget believed it was used by priestesses to simulate entry to the underworld. Possibly the Oracle of the Dead, referenced by Homer. Modern scans revealed a hidden room, sealed behind a collapsed stone barrier. No one's broken through. Yet, the Whispering Gallery of Newgrange. In Ireland's Newgrange, a Neolithic passage tomb older than Stonehenge and the pyramids, researchers discovered an acoustic phenomenon that defies its simplicity. When a low-frequency hum is produced inside the stone passage, the entire structure vibrates, resonating with the same 110 Hz frequency used in sacred chanting across ancient cultures. Stone balls placed in the chamber bounce in sync with the tones. Some theorize this was a sensory gateway used during solstice rituals to trigger trance states. A digital reconstruction found the chamber amplifies male vocal ranges, suggesting it may have been built for a very specific kind of voice. The dome that shouldn't exist. In 1992, while mapping ruins in Uzbekistan, archaeologists uncovered a stone dome buried beneath layers of sand near the ancient city of Bukhara. The dome, perfectly spherical and made of a fused sand-like ceramic, showed no signs of tool use. When opened, it revealed a smooth interior shell and a hollow chamber with a single blackened stone pedestal. No relics, no bones, just scorch marks and magnetized mineral deposits lining the walls. The dome's carbon dating returned an impossible result: 20,000 years. The lab ran the test 3 more times. Same answer. The site was sealed the following year, citing structural instability. The submerged secrets of Pavlopetri. Off the coast of southern Laconia in Greece lies Pavlopetri, one of the oldest known submerged cities, dating back to around 3000 BCE. Discovered in 1967, this ancient city features well-preserved streets, buildings, and tombs, offering a unique glimpse into Bronze Age urban planning. The city's submersion is attributed to a series of earthquakes around 1000 BCE. Advanced underwater mapping techniques have revealed intricate layouts, including what appears to be a central square and a complex water management system. The preservation of Pavlopetri provides invaluable insights into early urban development and maritime trade in the Aegean region. The enigmatic structures of Nan Madol. Located off the eastern shore of Pohnpei in Micronesia, Nan Madol is a series of over 90 man-made islets constructed with massive basalt stones. Often referred to as the Venice of the Pacific, this archaeological site served as the ceremonial and political seat of the Sodalur dynasty until around 1628. The construction of Nan Madol, beginning in the 8th or 9th century, remains a mystery due to the sheer size and weight of the basalt columns used, some weighing up to 50 tons. The logistical challenges of transporting and assembling these stones without modern technology continue to intrigue researchers. The underground city of Derinkuyu. Beneath the Cappadocian region of Turkey lies Derinkuyu, an ancient multi-level underground city extending to depths of approximately 60 meters. Discovered in 1963, this subterranean complex could accommodate up to 20,000 people, complete with living quarters, churches, storage rooms, and ventilation shafts. Believed to have been built during the Byzantine era, Derinkuyu served as a refuge during times of invasion. The engineering prowess demonstrated in its construction, including the ability to close off the city with large stone doors, showcases the ingenuity of its builders in creating a secure and habitable underground environment. The mysterious Moai of Easter Island. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is renowned for its nearly 1,000 monumental statues known as moai, created by the island's early inhabitants between 1400 and 1650 CE. These monolithic human figures, carved from volcanic tuff, stand up to 10 meters tall and weigh several tons. The purpose of the moai and the methods used to transport them across the island remain subjects of debate among scholars. Recent studies suggest that the statues were walked to their locations using a sophisticated system of ropes and human coordination. The moai continue to captivate researchers and visitors alike, symbolizing the island's rich cultural heritage and the ingenuity of its people. The ancient city of Petra's hidden chambers. Petra, the archaeological city in southern Jordan, is famed for its rock-cut architecture and water conduit system. Beyond its iconic facade, recent explorations have uncovered hidden chambers and underground structures that suggest a more complex urban layout than previously understood. Advanced imaging techniques have revealed potential tombs and ceremonial rooms beneath the surface, indicating that Petra's subterranean aspects played a significant role in its function as a thriving Nabatean metropolis. These discoveries continue to shed light on the city's architectural sophistication and the cultural practices of its inhabitants. The time capsule of Göbekli Tepe. In southeastern Turkey, archaeologists uncovered a site that shook the foundations of human history. Göbekli Tepe, dated to around 9,600 BCE. That's thousands of years before the invention of agriculture or the wheel. Massive T-shaped limestone pillars, some weighing up to 20 tons, are arranged in circular enclosures and intricately carved with animals and abstract symbols. What makes it more astonishing is that it appears deliberately buried around 8,000 BCE, as if someone wanted it hidden. No signs of domestic life were found, suggesting this was a purely ritual center. It rewrote what we thought we knew about the origins of civilization. The Forbidden Star Map of Tomb K Vith 62. In 1922, Howard Carter discovered the untouched tomb of Tutankhamun, Tomb K Vith 62. But not all of it has been released to the public. In 2015, high-resolution scans revealed anomalies behind the northern wall of the burial chamber. What's more intriguing is a partially preserved star map on the ceiling above the burial room, one that doesn't align with modern constellations, but closely mirrors star configurations known in Babylonian sky records. Independent researchers claim the star map includes a cluster no longer visible from Earth's sky, suggesting it was recorded when the planet was tilted differently or long before its current axial orientation. The sonic monoliths of Malta. Malta's megalithic temples, such as Hagar Kim and Menasdra, are some of the oldest freestanding structures in the world. Inside one lesser-known temple, the Hypogeum of Hal Saflieni, archaeologists recorded something truly bizarre. When a low male voice chants inside the central chamber, the resonance amplifies unnaturally at exactly 111 Hz. That frequency is known to affect brainwave states, inducing calm or mild trance. The architecture is so acoustically refined that it behaves like a sound chamber engineered with modern principles, despite being over 5,000 years old. Was this site used for ancient initiation rituals using sound? The jade skeletons of Teotihuacan. In 1987, deep inside a tunnel beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent in Teotihuacan, Mexico, archaeologists uncovered hundreds of ceremonial objects, including dozens of human skeletons positioned in deliberate poses. Several were adorned with jade masks and obsidian blades, suggesting sacrificial elites. Even more startling was the presence of liquid mercury. a substance considered supernatural by Mesoamerican cultures and almost impossible to store. Some believe this tunnel, sealed around 200 CE, was designed as an underworld, a symbolic path to the gods. Mercury may have been used to simulate rivers flowing beneath the earth. The Black Pyramid that vanished. In Egypt's Fayum Depression, 19th century explorers documented a massive ruined pyramid attributed to Amenemhat III, often called the Black Pyramid, due to the dark mud brick used in its construction. But recent satellite images show that what was once a recognizable mound has almost completely eroded into the landscape. Egyptian authorities attribute it to environmental degradation. However, in 2013, an independent survey claimed there were underground chambers extending far beyond the known footprint. What's stranger? Locals report ground tremors and odd electromagnetic behavior near the site. Is the pyramid vanishing or being buried again? The enigmatic stone circles of Nabta Playa. Deep in Egypt's Nubian desert lies Nabta Playa, a prehistoric site predating Stonehenge by over a millennium. Discovered in the 1970s, this ancient ceremonial center features a series of stone circles and alignments that suggest a sophisticated understanding of astronomy among its Neolithic inhabitants. The megalithic structures align with the summer solstice sunrise, indicating that the site functioned as an early astronomical observatory. The presence of cattle burials and ceremonial artifacts further implies that Nabta Playa was a significant ritual center, reflecting a complex society with spiritual and astronomical knowledge far ahead of its time. The megalithic temples of Malta. The islands of Malta and Gozo are home to some of the world's oldest freestanding structures, the megalithic temples dating back to 3600 BCE. Sites like Hagar Kim and Menajdra exhibit advanced architectural features, including corbelled roofs and precise alignments with celestial events such as solstices and equinoxes. The temple's construction predates the Egyptian pyramids, and their purpose remains a subject of debate among archaeologists. The sophistication of these structures suggests a highly organized society with advanced knowledge of astronomy and engineering. The sunken city of Dwarka. Off the coast of Gujarat, India, marine archaeologists have discovered the submerged ruins of what is believed to be the ancient city of Dwarka. Dating back to around 1500 BCE, the site features stone structures, walls, and artifacts that suggest a well-planned urban settlement. The discovery aligns with ancient Hindu texts describing Dwarka as a city built by Lord Krishna, which was later submerged by the sea. While the mythological connections are debated, the archaeological findings provide evidence of advanced maritime civilizations in ancient India. The cave that breathes in the Himalayas. In 2022, researchers exploring Mustang, a remote region of the Nepalese Himalayas, re-documented the sky caves, over 10,000 man-made openings carved into vertical cliff faces. These caves, some over 2,000 years old, are still barely understood. What startled the team was the discovery of a sealed chamber inside one cave, accessible only by drone. Inside were ritual paintings and an altar that appeared to channel wind from outside, creating an eerie, low-pitched moan. Local monks claim this is a breathing cave used to commune with sky spirits. Even more intriguing, one wall showed ancient symbols resembling Tibetan star maps, and a black cube painted beneath them. The glyphs that don't belong in Australia. In the dense forests of New South Wales, Australia, a series of over 300 ancient petroglyphs known as the Gosford glyphs were discovered etched into sandstone walls. What caused global stir was that many of the symbols appear to be Egyptian hieroglyphs, some even mirroring cartouches found in the Temple of Karnak. Traditional archaeologists argue the glyphs are modern hoaxes, but some indigenous elders claim the area has long been considered sacred, and sky visitors once came from across the seas. A sarcophagus that hummed. In 2018, a team of Egyptian workers in Alexandria unearthed a sealed black granite sarcophagus weighing nearly 30 tons. Unopened for over 2,000 years, the container sparked worldwide speculation due to its ominous appearance. When finally opened under strict precautions, the team reported an overwhelming stench and red liquid pooling around the bodies, decayed remains of 3 unknown individuals. But what was never officially published was that drilling into the granite caused low, resonant vibrations, measurable and rhythmic, as if the stone was humming. The map that shouldn't exist. The Piri Reis map, drawn in 1513 by Ottoman Admiral Piri Reis, contains an enigma. It accurately depicts the coastlines of South America and even Antarctica, centuries before the continent was officially discovered or mapped. What's more, the Antarctic coast shown appears ice-free, a condition not seen for over 6,000 years. The map is based on older charts, many now lost. Scholars have debated whether these source maps came from an ancient maritime civilization whose knowledge predated recorded history. Some of the cartographic precision suggests aerial or globe-based projection, impossible with known 16th century technology. The scroll that predicted the stars. In a cave near Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered, a lesser-known manuscript was translated in 2020 by a team of Israeli and Czech researchers. The Scroll of the Watchers contains bizarre references to celestial gates, silent cubes, and a star alignment that wouldn't occur again until 2024. Most historians link this to apocalyptic religious metaphor, but astronomers ran simulations and confirmed the scroll described a rare conjunction of stars and planets, visible only once every 6,000 years. The text refers to it as the return of the eye. The same symbol was found etched onto walls in Abydos, Mexico, and Japan. Across continents and millennia, the same symbols, the same numbers, the same obsessions return. Stars, resonance, cubes, gates, they whisper through stone and shadow, telling us that our history is not a straight line, but a spiral. We dig for relics, but uncover patterns. And every time we open a sealed door, it's not just the past we're disturbing. It's the message that someone, something, left behind. Perhaps we were meant to find it, or perhaps we've finally broken a silence that held for too long. And now, it's listening back.